Hey, everybody. Thank you so much for requesting this private tapping session that Nicole and I are getting ready to do. If you haven't listened to the podcast already, definitely do that. It will be linked below this video and you can check that out. And Nicole, what would you like to work on today? What would be a fun thing to do a tapping round on?
Today, I would love to work on like my relationship with money, just money kind of blocks that I have in general,
Yeah.
and moving through some of them and feeling a little better and more aligned with my money situation.
Yeah.
So,
We've all got money blocks, that's for sure,
yeah.
right? So when you think about your relationship with money, how long has it not been the way that you want it to be? Like your whole life or?
Um, so it's just been, I guess it's just gone back and forth like my whole life, really. Like I would say that like now I'm finally like as an entrepreneur, for a long time I was having a problem like where I was not making money in the way that I wanted to. And
Okay.
now I am, but I feel like I still have a lot of like resistance around that. Like if that makes
Okay.
sense. Like I feel like I'm doing what I want to do, but I still think that I'm blocking a lot because to me, it's different to actually receive it by doing something that I want as opposed to doing something that I feel like I'm supposed to do. So I think
Okay.
that's like a big theme that's been for me for the last like year and a half since I've been like a full-time entrepreneur.
Like, do you have trouble receiving it?
Yes. And I don't feel like I honestly really had trouble receiving it in my 9 to 5 job. Like I feel like I got promotions very fast and I don't know, like that was never hard for me. And as
What
an
was your nine to
entrepreneur,
five job?
an accountant, or I was essentially a business analyst. And I
Okay.
went to college for that forever and yeah. So and I feel like honestly like I don't really know how I even like got that far in it, but um I really think that a lot of that was like people pleasing, kind of choosing a job that was like, okay, like what I was supposed to do. And now I feel like I'm kind of going off the beaten path of like, to a lot of people, I think it's random, but to me, it feels really good and feels like, what I want to be doing. And I think I've improved a lot, but I think I still have a lot of improvements to make in what I'm
Does it
doing.
feel wrong to get paid for doing what you love
Um,
in the way of like, does it feel like you should be giving it away or?
So I don't think it feels like I should be giving it away. I just think that it feels, I don't want to say like unnatural. Like it almost feels like just like a whole different path that I don't know anything about. I don't know if that's like
Okay.
explaining it well. Like it just feels like, okay, having a 9 to 5 and making a normal job, like I know what that's about. Like I know how to
Mhm.
ask for a promotion and like all of that kind of stuff. Like I know that world. But
Okay.
then being an entrepreneur and kind of having like the option to do anything, it just feels like great, but then also just like I don't know anybody who's an entrepreneur as a in my circle and whatever. So it kind of just feels like great, but also just like kind of weird. Like it feels, that's how it's felt to me.
Yeah. Well, we're in each other's circle now, so
Yeah.
that's neat. But yeah, I would highly suggest getting yourself a circle of entrepreneurial friends. It doesn't matter whether they, are in the same line of work or whatever, but that's important. Like
Yeah, I have people
important.
like that I know online because I do most everything online, but in like the people that I actually see in person, I have some, but it's not
Right.
like, my like family, like I have 3 sisters. So I
Okay.
feel like my family and like my closest friends like are not entrepreneurs. So those are the people that I see the most.
Yeah.
I'm
So
like
like your
super,
your
well, I was
tribe
gonna
of
say, I'm like
origin
super,
doesn't jive with what you're doing as far as like
yeah.
understanding it. I'm sure they're supportive, but they don't get it.
Yeah. So that's always, that's kind of like always there and weird. But yeah, and it overall just I would say is like a weird feeling of knowing like, okay, like I have the chance to make money in a way that other people don't think is possible for them. And I know that it's possible, but there's still something there. There's still like a block there.
Okay. Um, when you think about like goals, you don't have to share what they are, but like if you have like a financial goal for this year, how does it feel when you think about making that amount of money? Does it feel possible, impossible,
It feels right
traumatizing?
now, like I've been working just like whatever. I've been working with a business coach for a couple months now. So it feels actually with all the things I'm putting together, it feels really possible. Like I feel really good about all the things I'm putting together. And I think that I more or less see like how that they all kind of will align to get me to where I want to go. So more than I have in a long time, I feel like it's possible.
Okay. All right. But then it's not happening yet.
Yeah.
Are those thoughts creeping in? The like, yeah, it's possible, but
I think there's some thoughts of like, yeah, it's possible, but like it's supposed to take a certain amount of time, or, that doesn't just happen overnight, or like, I don't, it like, not like I don't, because I don't really have I don't deserve whatever, because now I have so much more behind what I'm doing and I feel really good about like basically everything right now. So I do think it's just, there is a lot of, like, I don't know, it's like there's supposed to be a process to things and it's supposed to go in like a slow, drawn out way when like essentially I don't really think that it has to be like that. I think that's just kind of like I get stuck there.
have you had a time when things started to kind of accelerate? Maybe you like got a few clients at once or something like that. And if so, like how did that feel?
Um I haven't had like I've had people, like I just ran a live course and I had a couple people sign up for that. And I'm now launching a membership and I had a couple people sign up for that. And that feels really good. But then it also feels like, okay, like that's still not like the complete goal that I have, or like the complete
Mhm.
thought of like, okay, when I run this again, like I want this many people in it. So
Right.
I think it's always like okay, that feels really good, but it's not the exact goal that I like had in my head.
Okay. So then do you feel like let down?
Yeah. Yeah, I do. Cause I think like, okay, why am I not like manifesting the amount of people in this opportunity that I, wanted?
Okay. All right. Do you know like what the money block is for you? Like could you describe it, or is it just the newness and the unfamiliarity?
I really like, cause I really think that there I don't know. I think that there definitely is way more to like the newness and the unfamiliarity than like anything, because I've, like I said, in my life, never had a hard time making money other than like otherwise. Even when I was younger, I was always like, let me do all the side jobs in the world because I like money and I like making
Yeah.
money. So I think it's totally different to me to be able to be like, let me create something that I actually wanted to create and that just like, came from me. And then, okay, now I like also make money from that. Like, I think that's just like a totally new concept to me that feels really good. But then there's just something there that feels like, I don't know, like I'm not supposed to do that or something, or like, why do I get to do stuff like that and other people think about it and they don't like, you know, actually do that.
Right. Have you been tempted to go back to like standard work at all?
I did like maybe like 6 or 7 months ago. I had
Okay.
like another like regular job because I just thought like I don't know what I'm doing. And that was like so terrible. I was there for like 2 months. And again, there is just this connection of like I can no longer see that like the way that I want to make money, like I can no longer see it as like something like that, just that I don't want to do. Like I could not connect that with like, okay, I'm here and I'm making money. Like I could not get into that as much as I got into like, oh my God, there's nothing here that I want to be doing. So then I was only there for 2 months, which is really weird for me because my last job I was there for 10 years. So
Well, you made a decision much faster.
yeah, basically, I was like, I know that this is going nowhere good and I don't want to do this and I want to make my business work. So,
Yeah, I would take that as a positive sign that you are more intuitively connected to what you actually want and more clear on your goals, that you were able to make that decision and move on.
yeah.
Yeah. Cool. Let's work on this.
Okay.
So The whole SUD scale, 0 to 10. If you were gonna rate is there an anxiety about your money blocks, a disappointment? What would you say the emotion is with it?
I guess I would say it's more disappointment.
Okay.
Because I think before there was a lot more anxiety, like there was a lot more like nervous system dysregulation. And now I'm kind of like, I know that I'm going to do whatever it takes to do to be an entrepreneur. Like I'm not scared of like things that I might have to do.
Right.
But now it's more of like okay, like why can't I just make this work? Like why this time is it not like happening,
Yeah.
or why is it slower than like I want it to be, kind of thing.
Okay. So if you're rating that disappointment on a scale of 0 to 10, where, 0 is no disappointment and 10 is a lot, then where do you feel like you are on the scale at this moment?
I would say I'm like at a 10.
Okay. That's pretty high. Let's see if we can adjust that a little bit for you. Sounds painful. All right. You know the drill. I'm just going to repeat after me. Even though I have so much disappointment surrounding my current relationship with money,
Even though I have so much disappointment surrounding my current relationship with money,
I want to love, accept, and forgive myself.
I want to love, accept, and forgive myself.
Even though I just don't know that this is how it's supposed to be.
Even though I just don't know that this is how it's supposed to be.
And I'm disappointed with how it is.
And I'm disappointed with how it is.
I honor these feelings and want to accept myself anyway.
I honor these feelings and I want to accept myself anyway.
And even though being an entrepreneur is pretty new to me,
And even though being an entrepreneur is pretty new to me,
and it's full of possibility,
and it's full of possibility,
it also is full of ways that I can feel like I'm screwing up
it also is full of ways where I can feel like I'm screwing up,
or falling short
or falling short,
or not doing it right.
or not doing it right.
I want to love and accept myself anyway.
I want to love and accept myself anyway.
All of these blocks around money
All of these blocks around money
and so much resistance as I move into being an entrepreneur.
and so much resistance as I move into being an entrepreneur.
It's really hard to receive money this way.
It's really hard to receive money this way.
It's hard to request money this way.
It's hard to request money this way.
I'm so not used to this way of earning money.
I am so not used to this way of earning money.
It is really unfamiliar to my brain,
It is really unfamiliar to my brain,
my nervous system,
my nervous system,
and my subconscious.
and my subconscious.
And my brain and my subconscious just want to keep me safe.
And my brain and my subconscious just want to keep me safe.
So they keep bringing up all these crazy feelings about earning money in a new way.
So they keep bringing up all these crazy feelings about earning money in a new way.
Because it is really unfamiliar.
Because it is really unfamiliar.
But I am ready to make this feeling familiar.
But I am ready to make this feeling familiar.
Because I'm really tired of feeling like I'm getting in my own way.
Because I'm really tired of feeling like I am getting in my own way.
Open to the idea that I can request and receive what I want.
Open to the idea that I can request and receive what I want.
And begin aligning with the energy and frequency to magnetize more of it into my life.
And begin aligning. Sorry, can you say that again?
With the energy and the frequency.
With the energy and the frequency.
To magnetize more of it into my life.
To magnetize more of it in my life.
I can't believe I remembered it the second time through. That was a wordy one. It just feels so weird to be earning money this way.
It just feels so weird to be earning money this way.
This isn't what I was used to from being an accountant.
This is not what I was used to from being an accountant.
or business strategist or whatever it was you were. You can fill it in with whatever is authentically true there. And I know that my people pleasing is getting the best of me.
And I know that my people pleasing is getting the best of me.
And my desire to be really good at what I do.
And my desire to be really good at what I do.
And I feel disappointed that I'm not further along.
And I feel disappointed that I'm not further along.
And that I haven't somehow hit my goals yet.
And that I haven't somehow hit my goals yet.
But there's still so much resistance bubbling up inside of me.
But there's still so much resistance bubbling up inside of me.
Anxiety, wondering, am I ever going to achieve this?
Anxiety, wondering if I'm ever going to achieve this.
I already know I don't want to go back to traditional work.
I already know that I don't want to go back to traditional work.
So there's added pressure because I need to make this work.
So there is added pressure because I need to make this work.
And there's feelings of possibility and gratitude because I really am looking forward to making this work.
And there's feelings of possibility and gratitude because I am looking forward to making this work.
But right now, it just feels so complicated.
But right now, it just feels so complicated.
And I feel so cut off from the money and abundance that I know is coming.
And I feel so cut off from the money and abundance that I know is coming.
And I know that I'm the one blocking it.
And I know that I'm the one blocking it.
Clearing this resistance down to a cellular level.
Clearing this resistance down to a cellular level.
All these money blocks.
All these money blocks.
Open to the idea that I can improve my relationship with money.
Open to the idea that I can improve my relationship with money.
That I can request and receive more of what I deserve for the work that I do.
That I can request and receive more for the work that I do. Sorry, did I say that right?
Sure.
Okay.
That there are so many people out there that are going to benefit from the help I can provide.
That there are so many people out there that are going to benefit from the work that I provide.
And that I'm capable of aligning with the frequency that will bring us together.
And I am capable of aligning with the frequency that'll bring us together.
Releasing my fear and anxiety about money.
Releasing my fear and anxiety around money.
Just like I have an energy right now that is anxious.
Just like I have an energy right now that is anxious.
Money is just an energy.
Money is just an energy.
So if I can release the anxious energy and the fear.
So if I can release the anxious energy and the fear,
I can more readily call in the abundance that is already mine.
I can more readily call in the abundance that is already mine.
Sides of the fingers. With love.
With love.
Acceptance.
Acceptance.
Tolerance.
Tolerance.
Skip to your pinky. And understanding.
And understanding.
Back of the hand between the pinky and the ring finger. I now forgive. I now forgive. I now forgive.
I now forgive. I now forgive. I now forgive.
And I call my power back into my body.
And I call my power back into my body.
My money requesting and receiving power.
My money requesting and receiving power.
I am whole, complete, and powerful.
I am whole, complete, and powerful.
Take a nice deep inhale through the nose. Exhale out through the mouth. And because I think there's a little psychological reversal at play, we're going to do some eye movements. So you're going to look straight forward while still tapping the back of your hand. And you're going to look hard down to the right and back up to center. And then hard down to the left and back up to center. Pretend there's a clock in front of you. Look up at the 12 hand and go clockwise in a circle with your eyes rolling around, hitting each number on the clock, and then go counterclockwise from there. Do you have a favorite song to hum when you do 9 gamut movements?
No. I think the one that I learned was Happy Birthday.
Happy birthday it is then. And then we're going to count to 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Did you count to 5?
Yes.
Okay. And then
All right.
hum again. One more nice deep inhale. Stretch, yawn, whatever feels good. Release those blockages. And tell me what came up for you while we were working through that.
I guess just that, like, kind of stepping into that realization of, like, regardless, like, I do know there's a lot of possibility and a lot of power that I have in all of this, and that it is like me that is stopping myself. And so that really kind of came up for me. And like, that's always, because it's always like, I know that's like deep down, like I think that, like I know that there's a lot of possibilities. So it kind of like felt like I was tapping more back into that, like of like, I know that there's so much possibility, and I know that there's so much, available to me.
Yeah. So important to lean into that right now. It's
Yeah.
those buts that get you right now, that like, oh yeah, I'm working with the coach, things are going all right, I'm creating the things, but and that's like where it all kind of like the energy just like off a cliff. And I know because I've been there before when I was first building my businesses. And once I listened to a lot of Abraham Hicks and stuff when I was going through that time. Do you ever listen to Esther and Jerry Hicks or?
Yeah, I have at different times.
Yeah, that really helped me through that, to just stay with the frequency of where I needed to be without like wandering off down some what if and but excursion where it's like, oh no, just come back to where you need to be. Just keep coming back. So awesome. Where would you say you are on that the sun scale now? The scale is
I would say that I definitely feel like it went down to like a 4 or 5.
Sweet.
So
more than halfway.
yes.
So, and you know how to handle it from here. I tell people like it's just a matter of looking at what's left now. Whatever's making up that 4 or that 5 or whatever it turns into in another 10 or 15 minutes or whatever, because it's always a variable number, and then going after that. So
yeah. Well, thank you so much.
Oh, you're most welcome. It was fun to do that together. I love it. And I know that you know what to do with it from here. So that's even more exciting. So I'll be excited to hear what comes up for you over the next few days. And I thank everybody who requested this for listening and tapping along with us too. I love hearing from people. I'm guessing Nicole does too. So feel free to hit me up with an email, Theresa@theresalearlevine.com. Let me know what your number was before and what your number was after and what came up for you. Would you like people to send you a message if they've done this tapping round, Nicole?
Yeah, I'd love to. Or I love them too. Sorry.
Yeah. What's your email address?
My email is hello@NicoleForReal.com.
Perfect. Cool. Send us your messages. Let us know how you do with it. And thanks for tapping along.
Yeah. Thank you so much.